Okay, it's closed off, or is there a doorway on the sides? Okay, I think I see the way onward.
It kind of becomes a little maze down in this area. And of course,
Yeah, I'm
there's
kind of...
poison.
Whoa,
There's frogs everywhere, so you kind of got to be careful.
they turned to stone?
Ooh, you
Figured
saw
it
some
out.
people affected by the status effect. They turned to pirates. That's actually another online feature that people who are affected by this status effect, you can see them.
Ha ha ha! How do you like that, you little bastard?
Clever.
I have my moments.
The spear has advantages like that. Be able to be poked through walls
Yeah,
or gates or whatever.
Hooah!
it's a nice little touch.
Let me see.
I gotta say, you're navigating this section way better than I ever did the first time through. I panicked when I was in here.
Oh god, there's
Goodbye,
another one.
Goodbye, Mr. Stone. Ominous pit. What are on the sides? That's a gate. He's wandering around.
The pit should be fine.
Oh, fire bombs, I love you.
I mean, other than being full of newts.
The pit's full of newts.
Everything's full of newts.
Take that, you jerk. You too. Gunther doesn't believe in using magic unless it is absolutely necessary.
Just
Yeah,
Human ingenuity.
It's a good
Human
idea
ingenuity.
to conserve your spells, spell castings. Especially when
Yeah,
you have
especially-
99 fire bombs.
mm-hmm. Because combustion's generally stronger than the fire bombs too, so
There's a way up here, and I can go further down.
I think
Let
those
me-
paths will actually connect at some point, so whichever way you go, it'd be fine.
Need boss.
Sounds like someone who was lost.
Ooh, 2-for-1 special. How about that?
Never saw it coming.
Let me see.
I think this is the area where if you had actually fallen down through one of those holes that was in those narrow hallways, this is where you end up and you get ambushed by like 3 of them.
And there's one of them, 2 of them, sitting right over there.
Just waiting
All
for
right, you
you.
little bastard. Sit still. Have a present.
Yeah, this is pretty much the exact area where a lot of people start cursing this game.
Funny you should say it that way.
Well, that is really weird. I thought there was a second one. It's just that one when he scampered out, kicked one of his ragdoll buddies. I kind of
Clever.
came over. I'm like, why is he not moving?
They've learned to use camouflage of each other's dead bodies. They're getting smarter.
Look at all the statues.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to use lock-on for a little bit, courtesy of those.
I think you might have cleared the area out of most of them. Of course, there's always one waiting in the corner for you.
Of course, there's always one waiting.
And it only takes one.
I thought there was one over this way. Woo, there he is. Hey, buddy. Come on, I want to interview you.
If you head through the door on the lower corridor near the stairs, you basically end up at the same place than if you that you would if you had fallen down in that pit.
Oh, I thought it kind of went upward.
This game could play with your sense of direction sometimes. I think that's part of the reason they didn't give you a mini map.
You know what really made this area suck? They threw in slimes as well. So you were watching for the roof where slimes were, and you were also looking out for newts.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrible.
Enclosed area. This looks like a recipe for newt time.
For pirate time.
Yeah, I'm not up for it. Ring of the Evil Eye.
I like that ring.
Could have just called it the Stink Eye. Let's take a look.
Like, what you have on right now is probably better for what you're doing, but it definitely has some good uses.
Well, Havel's ring's one of those rings that people pretty much wear the entire game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't see myself ever really removing it, honestly.
In general, if you're wearing, like, heavier armor, it'll pretty much always bring you down at least a weight class.
Yeah.
And in Dark Souls, that's massive.
You're still rocking the, what is it, the hard armor, the leather one?
Yeah, the leather. I'd like to upgrade it just for something that looks different, but it would kind of change around how I'm able to move, I think. And
Yeah.
it's getting kind of beefy at this point because I've upgraded it.
Well,
Yeah.
there's 3 different weight classes, I guess you could say, for terms of rolling.
Ooh,
the light
a
one's
pit.
by far the best, obviously. But the medium one's very serviceable if you're wearing heavy armor and have Havel's ring.
That is
Yeah.
a pit to death, or just the area underneath? I think it's just the area underneath.
I don't really want to make any promises, but
It's just the area underneath. But that could be a death fall. I don't know.
I'm
We should
pretty
see.
sure it's the area underneath.
Yeah, I saw the water. Just let me see if I can get a good. Okay.
Anyway,
this is
now that you have the Ring of the Evil Eye, you can basically go back
Oh,
to
yeah.
where you were before,
Oh,
with the rats and the start of the newts.
just humanity.
What a
I'm
shame.
unimpressed. I'm very unimpressed. Okay, I guess I'll go right on back to where all my friends were. Back over this way.
If
Maybe
you
I
were
won't-
human, there'd be another enemy in this area. Fun
Oh,
fact.
really? Interesting. Something to come back to later on, maybe.
Perhaps.
Weird. Okay. Enough about that.
I also meant to mention that the Ring of the Evil Eye is actually really good when you're getting summoned, because unless you have healing spells, there really isn't another way to heal yourself unless like the
I gotcha.
person in charge uses an Estus Flask, because that heals you for some. But because you get health with every enemy you defeat, it stays that way even when you're summoned.
And I'm seeing at this point that my habit of destroying crates is proving to be a viable tactic.
Well, especially
What
when
is
rats
this?
hide in them.
Hey, speaking of. Hey, pal.
Oh, you found a friend?
It's not my friend.
He's peeking around the corner.
Why are you luring me over there, rat? Wait,
Rats wouldn't lay traps. They're just mindless creatures.
uh-huh. So I see the ceiling goes up. Man, I am just psyching myself out. That's what they're planning. And slimes.
Always slimes to keep you on your toes.
Hey, pal. That's my gripe about pyromancy stuff. It seems really finicky with what it wants to hit and what it doesn't. And then the fireball ones that throw them, it's very, very odd.
Yeah, you kind of got to get used to it, especially
I
the speed that it comes out at.
Yeah, combustion's really short range too, so sometimes it's very picky about going up and down staircases.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
that
basically
guy
got to
was
like come right up to him and poke him with it if you want to use combustion.
Aha! Fell for my trap, did you?
This time it will be me falling on you.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be quite that.
I've noticed that with the slimes, because they're so short, like, sometimes you have to be close enough for them, even if you're attacking them with a spear, to actually, like, aim the spear downwards, and, like, the default spear attack will just go right over them.
Yeah, you have to like bend forward to hit them.
So you have to be like really, really close to them. And I think combustion's probably the same way with the slimes, though. At least there, if you get one hit in, then they're dead. I think the slimes were kind of meant to tell you, like, go get some non-physical attacks right now.
Yeah, hitting them with melee weapons doesn't work so well.
Whoa. Guy scared me for a second.
You found
Nice
this guy.
hat. Nice hat.
He's an
You can buy
okay guy.
that. I think you can buy that hat.
Or I could take it the old-fashioned way.
I adore trinkets and oddities.
I'm not actually sure if he drops it, unfortunately. You're very picky about what you'll steal off of corpses for some
I'm
reason.
afraid I don't see anything here.
Doesn't fit quite right. Hey, he's got some of this stuff.
He's got some nice stuff.
Something to make note of. In fact, well, let me see. I've got... I can make note of it for later. Oh, crystal straight sword. Let me see here.
Crystal items, the important thing to know about them is that you can't repair
Magical.
them.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty terrible.
But they have way higher damage than normal items of the same class. So
Yep.
they're
Oh,
kind of like a
wow.
one-use item.
Yep. The crystal shield, I've noticed, at least for me when I was playing, I bought one crystal shield because it has really, it has pretty good magic resist, and basically just had that shield for the rest of the game. I don't know if that's typical of other people's experience with it, but generally I actually found the crystal shield to be a nice investment.
I bought a crystal sword and just to use it on bosses exclusively for a while
Mm.
because my normal weapon wasn't as good.
Yeah, I could see that making sense.
And he's got stuff. Interesting.
Yeah, there's that.
He's got
hat.
some
Yeah.
cool gear.
That's pretty good defense for the armor, considering it's, I've seen some that's 11 that don't have stats comparable to that.
I don't actually know what it upgrades with. If it upgrades with something other than regular Titanite, then it has, it isn't capable of upgrading as much as the regular armor. So that'll often
Well,
equalize a lot of pieces.
But no.
Yeah, some armor's better in the beginning, but you can't upgrade it as far.
I'm always available. Not every trade was meant to be. There'll be more in store for us someday.
I am looking for secret passages.
Reasonable.
That guy's very live and let live.
Yep. Oh,
Hey, whatever.
much nicer than the Undeadberg merchant.
Yeah, he
He's like,
yells
oh,
at you.
screw you.
Go jump off a cliff, isn't it?
I did destroy his stuff, though. Let me see. This looks like a shortcut for later. Yeah. it's a
And that dude's
shortcut.
just like, it's alright if you don't buy stuff from me. I have enough customers.
Probably see you again later.
Down
Take it
here in the
easy, man.
sewer.
Hey, Rat.
I don't know if...
You
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
you are not going away, Mr. Rat. As soon as Lock-On cooperates.
I was gonna say, for the sake of making itself easier on yourself later, you should go back down to where that waterfall is and look to the left. There's a door.
This waterfall up here?
Yeah, the one that you slid down earlier, which is what that is.
Oh, shit. I completely missed this. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, him not getting earlier, so we had to go through the whole dungeon.
Yeah, I missed this on my first playthrough, and I hated myself for it.
Yeah, that was like me missing the, being able to kick down the ladder under the bridge.
Because I was about to say, I really need a shortcut, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did not notice that.
Yep.
Would have made things a little painful.
There's a lot of sections of this game that do stuff like that, have easy to access shortcuts, but you'll never notice unless you look for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've got that open, I want to, just for the sake of curiosity, I want to see how many slimes are up there that I just can't see. If it's just a couple.
I think you got one or two.
I guess
Yeah,
I
in the
got
water
another.
room, I think there's only 2 or 3 of them total.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. So I was just kind of curious if there were some, because they're tricky to spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this again.
Sometimes the water down below them will have, black drippings in it. I think that's supposed to be the tell.
Oh, is that magic guy gone for good? Because I'm curious if he's going to try popping spells at me as I'm walking around elsewhere.
He's gone for good. In fact, it's greatly recommended that you
Yeah.
kill him.
Okay, I've got 2 ways to go here. Let's head this way. Look, this looks a little secluded. But
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, rat box.
yes. Well, I've already killed King Rat.
Well, now his minions are just mad at you.
Now they're just running amok. That's why they're running away. They respect me. They fear me.
You have become the king of the rats.
I am the rat.
If only there was rat armor in this game.
Yeah, I'm kind of
That would be
Walked
disappointed.
around with a
amazing.
big rat's head.
Kind of disappointed when you killed the Boron Undead Parish and didn't drop his unique item.
Mm.
Oh, man. I just thought about a rat helmet that's got, like, whiskers on it for no reason. I am the Rat King. Be like that crazy guy. Before heading down a level. Yes. What? Gunther, you gotta lose some weight, buddy.
It was not
Look
meant
at
to be.
Invisible walls. I thought this game didn't have invisible walls. Vicus, you're lying to me again.
I mean, I guess it has some in areas that you can't really, like,
It's a terrible
squeeze
game.
through.
I've changed my mind. Man,
What if there was
is-
an awesome item over there?
What if? What if? What could have been? And
That
this
would
is
be
dr-
funny if this game actually cut, like, certain areas off to you if you weren't a certain weight.
You
Like,
picked
have
the
pressure switches that could only fat people could activate, and have like little skinny corridors that only thin people could go through.
Need what?
That would be actually pretty interesting game design wise.
Yeah, I could see a game playing a mechanic like that.
Ranged, huh?
Found yourself a crossbow.
Yeah, I think that was a regular crossbow. I just had light previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only like 4 different crossbows in this game, so you're halfway there.
Yawn. Game's already almost over.
Yep, basically.
Try ranged
I
battle.
never really liked the crossbows in this game.
It's interesting because I didn't actually know until relatively recently that you could use them in place of a shield and still like fire them in your left hand. It's one of the few weapons that you can actually do that with,
Yeah.
but then you don't have a shield. So it's kind of
Yeah.
a tough trade to make.
The damage also isn't that great on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm plotting. So, pyromancy is nice, but it's saying ranged battle. I'm thinking of maybe equipping... Actually, I've never used a crossbow, so that would be really clumsy as hell.
You could put it in your second shield slot, like in your second shield
Yeah.
slot if you
Oh,
want.
you're right.
Just be aware that it increases your weight, especially the heavy one.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
may
how
not have the
much?
good roll anymore.
Fat man roll. The light crossbow and the heavy, that's going to put me over the 25% mark.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't bother with endurance for now, because this shield is a little heavier. I'm probably going to go back to the regular once I'm done with Rat Town. But, well,
I guess you could go back to the regular now if you wanted.
let me see here.
I mean, you've already beaten the biggest rat in town.
Rat bastard. Yeah, it's a whole unit lighter. 61, 60
Woo.
stability. Okay, so... Still gonna put me a little bit over. Well, let me at least try it out for now, I guess, and see what's what.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sake of more stability, let's go with this shield. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Oop, wait.
You're gonna hold this off for as long as you can, aren't you?
Delaying the
Yep.
inevitable.
This is most of the episode right here. Okay. I am ready for worst case scenario.
You were ready for anything.
I don't know about that.
Anything.